All right, hey guys, Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we're talking with Hoosh. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, man. Feeling blessed. How about yourself, my dog?
Pretty good. You're back home now from Rolling Loud, or
Yes, sir. Back in Miami. Got back in the day before yesterday.
nice?
Um, but yeah, man. Back in the city.
Well, let's start in for people who are new to you. We want to give a little intro about you, your music, and just kind of what you bring to the table.
Absolutely. My name is Hoosh. I'm from Sudan and I'm based in Miami. Miami's kind of like my new home now. I've been here for like 10, 11 years now going on. And I make a combination of genres in my music. Anything from Afro beats to R&B to hip hop to electronic music. I write for other artists. Pretty much whatever I can get my hands on. Um, and yeah, man, pretty much just here to relate to people, not to tell anyone what the fuck to do or how to live their life, just to kind of share my experience. And if we relate, we relate. If not, still respect it, you know?
Hey, that's the way to be for sure. So, what's your work process like when you're putting together music?
So I like to work heavily off of freestyling, pretty much. I like to kind of tap into like what my instinctual response would be whenever I hear production. So um, usually whenever I get presented a beat or even a melody or a riff or whatever it may be, I try to make sure that within the first three listens to it, I have my voice note on. And that's where I pretty much just go off the top of the head, freestyle. It doesn't matter if words land or not. I'm more so just chasing the cadence and the melody at that point. Once I figure that out, there's going to be certain cadences and melodies that like strike a chord within me where I'm feeling like, oof, I feel this in my chest, or oof, this makes me real happy, or oh, this reminds me of said time that, such and such happened. So I'll try to build off of those. Once I figure out the formation of how the song will sound in total, just basically like melodically and sound wise, that's when I start to dive into the written work of it. Sometimes when I rap and it's just a rap song, I might just start writing from the top of the beat. That just happens to me with rapping sometimes, but that is pretty much my process. And then that's the initial part. The, I guess, longer, more painstaking part is the whole like mixing process and taking notes on the mixing and then trying to think of the marketing and, oh, what are we going to do for the cover art? How are we going to pitch this to fucking playlist? All that bullshit. So, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
combination of both.
that's a whole other monster. The back end stuff after,
Right, bro? It's like
yeah,
you get into this shit thinking, oh, I'm gonna make music and have fun with my friends. It's like, no, you're gonna make music for 10% of the time. 90% you better be out there putting the word out, otherwise it don't even matter.
yeah. You got nobody listening. It doesn't matter, like you
Mm-hmm.
said. So your impression of the music scene in Miami, what are you feeling out there?
Bro, it is dope as fuck right now. I've been here, like I said, for the last 10, 11 years. Um, I didn't start taking music seriously in Miami until around like the fourth or fifth year I was here. So I wasn't super tapped in with the music scene, but I had heard, that there was a lot of talented artists, just not as much collaboration as you'd see in other cities. However, recently, uh, specifically with some people that I know who have been making a very active effort to make a scene in Miami where people can collaborate and draw off each other and kind of help each other to the next level. So I'm starting to see a way more collaboration and just of way more artists coming through to Miami. I think during COVID too, a lot of artists made their way to Miami. I think because we weren't as closed down as the rest of the world was, and it was a lot easier to make money over here due to that. So I think a lot of artists came down here from all sorts of backgrounds, and then that kind of helped the city too. But like I said, I think one of the main things is there's a couple people out there that are really making a conscious effort of bringing everybody together. So shouts out to people like Collab Camp, Ty Heater Tay, and Taiwani. Shouts out to people like Yes Jules, to people like Rolling Loud. There's a booming scene down here, not to be missed.
For sure. And we got to connect before Rolling Loud a bit, but now that all that craziness is done, how was it? How was the show in Toronto?
Bruh, first and foremost, man, I know you just said you had some trouble with your last show or it didn't go exactly as planned, but bruh, my experience with Toronto was literally 150% positive. Like from when I landed, I was like, bro, people here just laid back, super nice, which is crazy because a lot of people in Toronto that I was talking to were like, nah, man, like we're known as the Screwface capital and shit. And I guess that's like within Canada. But I guess for me coming from the States, I was like, bro, everyone here is mad, like laid back and like it's not like they won't turn up if they need to, but they're not turning up to start with. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're coming to, even when I was dealing with security, like it was never a point where I felt like they were disrespecting me or coming at me hardcore or like being extra aggressive for no reason. It was just like normal human, like face value shit. So I don't know, that off the bat, like the hospitality and just how everybody conducts themselves over there, I loved. And then also the crowd showed mad love too. Like I literally crowd surfed for the first time in my show, man. It was lit. It went exactly how I could have envisioned, even better. The weather was great. My only regret, literally, is that I didn't have enough time to really go about the city and see what was good. But the time that I did have, bro, I got to meet some dope artists, some dope local talent, and then just a lot of dope people in general, bro. So
yeah, I got some shots sent over to me from the show, and I saw your crowd surfing, man. Did you find did you find that guy that took your fall?
No,
there?
bro. If somebody could find him, I need to have a conversation with man because he really is the MVP. Because when I did my stage dive, bro, it was funny because I swear to God, when I jumped off the stage, there was like, you know, when you do something that's fast, but like when you're doing it, it feels like shit slows down a little bit.
Yep.
I'm like jumped because like when I came to clear because there's like the pit, right? So I'm trying to clear that. So I didn't jump full heartedly, you know. I was like thinking when I jumped, there's like a moment where I was like, oh fuck, am I gonna clear this shit? And I just kind of like, if you look at the video, you'll see my legs kind of starting to flail a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when I start going down. I'm like, oh fuck. And then there's this kid under me that just ate my fall, bro. Like, and he was so about it. Like when we got up, like I was like, oh shit. And he looks at me, he goes, let's fucking go. And we just all started jumping in the crowd and shit, bro. So if I find that man, I owe him, bro. Much love to him and everyone out there, bro. Like the whole crowd was showing that kind of energy. It wasn't just him, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely the MVP.
That's the one thing I will say about hip hop in Canada. When they show up hard.
Bro, very, and like just very like, I don't know, bro. It's a different energy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And Toronto being like it's the hip hop capital of Canada, pretty much. So you got the best of the best right there.
Yeah, and people coming from all around the country just to be in Toronto for this festival, and around the world too. I mean, I was talking to people who came from the UK, people who came from America, like myself, like a whole list of people, man.
Yeah, well, like so we had OGZ here yesterday, and one of his crew was from Denmark, and
Wow.
I was like, damn, okay. And he's like, you know what, this place looks like Denmark. I was getting a little tripped out, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
Crazy.
So there's fun stuff happening all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the whole thing was successful? Like you expect to see that coming back?
Bro, 1,000%. And I want to come back for a lot longer. Like I want to come, be able to stay in Toronto. I had to stay outside of Toronto just due to like the pricing of the hotels because I booked last minute.
Yeah.
So I had to stay in Pickering and I had to stay in Ajax. So although the situation was good as far as like where I was staying, it's just like a little bit far out, so it made like the movements a little bit more difficult. But okay. I'd love to come there. You know, preferably obviously when it's not cold, because you know it's Miami boys and used to that. But I'll still I'd still be open to coming in the cold. But just basically having enough time, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, where I really get to tap in with the music over there, go to the studios, and just be on like kind of a more relaxed tip and just really take it in. Because when you're there for a festival, especially when it's a couple of days, you're zoned in almost like you're about to go play a game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you're traveling, like it's like the Lakers about to go play the Celtics. You're only there for 2 days. You're not thinking about, I want to go see the city. You're like, I got this game that I need to shut down. So it kind of gets you the horse blinders and shit. But yeah, I want to go there kind of on a chiller tip and just really take in the city.
I mean, if you do get back up here, hit me up and I'll see if I can get you some spots to check for sure.
Bro, please, man, that would be beautiful. If I could, there's a couple major cities that I envision myself just frequenting, like throughout the year. And Toronto will be one of those cities for sure.
Nice. We'll hook up for sure when you get back this way.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right. So a good question I have that I like to ask everyone. You're a hip hop guy. What's your Mount Rushmore? Who's your top 5?
My top 5. Okay, and this is in not necessarily in any particular order.
Okay.
It's just like my top 5. I'd say Tupac, I would say Drake. I would say okay, yeah, so let's say Tupac, Drake, Eminem, Cole. Who would be my fifth one? Shit. Might have to give that fifth one to Kendrick.
Okay.
And that's just rappers, you know what I'm saying? Those are like me focused in on, I guess they do a whole list of things, but just like hip hop wise, I'll say those are my Mount Rushmores.
Nice. That's I mean, that's a pretty solid list for sure.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Is there an artist that's coming up these days that you think people should be looking out for?
Yeah, man. Actually, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot in Sudan that I'd like to shed light on, man. Shouts out to Rotation. Dope artist, man. If y'all ain't tapped into him yet, he could do a whole list of different things. We got my man, who I actually featured on a song with, Too Dope. We got 80 Proof, G Solid, aka Keys, Ease.
All right. So I only got a few more questions for you. Some of my favorites, actually.
Okay.
What's one thing on your go-to playlist that people wouldn't expect that you're listening to right now?
That's interesting, man. On my go-to playlist, shit. Right now, what have I really been listening to? I feel like some of the shit I've been listening to right now has been, you could probably guess I've been listening to, but in general, one artist maybe that I've listened to a lot and had a huge influence on me that people wouldn't know would be John Mayer.
Okay.
And that's an artist that I listened to a lot growing up. And his, like, the way he sang / wrote had a pretty big influence on me. So
yeah, I mean, he's pretty legendary with some of his stuff.
He's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that. John Mayer's on my list for sure. And I tell everyone one of my go-tos that wouldn't expect is like Nicki Minaj, Super Bass. You get some good vibes off of that.
Yo, that is a fire song, bro. I remember when that shit first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's catchy.
But when you look at me, you're like, damn, okay, he's listening to that. Like, what the hell? Yeah, it's fun that way.
Yeah, man, facts.
Okay, so another one I got for you is, what is one thing that you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
Shit.
Maybe something that you think you want to hear more often about who they're interviewing.
Who they're interviewing. Shit. I would say a twofold question.
Okay.
I would say the first one would be like, what do you think are your biggest vices and why? And the reason why I say that is I feel like a lot of times when you're looking up to an artist or celebrity of any sort, or somebody who's like, you know, a big actor, whatever it may be, sports player, you kind of like, especially as a kid, you might have like this grandiose idea of who they are and that they're like more than human, that they're perfect, whatever it may be. But I feel questions like that kind of level the playing field a little bit. And when you get to talk about your vices, it almost like, if other people are going through the same thing, at least they know somebody else is dealing with that same pressure, that same, you know, habit or whatever it may be, you know? And then also explaining, you know, why you think that's not necessarily a good thing. Because sometimes in our music or like in the shit that we put out, certain things get glorified. So I feel like being honest about the, you know, total picture makes it fair for the person who's listening. So that'd be one question. And then the vice versa of that is like, what keeps you sane? Like, what are those things that like on the worst of days pull you into a good mood, or like, what is it that makes you so driven to constantly be putting out content and constantly be making good music and constantly be on top of things, you know? What is that? You know, it could be, some people have journaling, some people have like, I work out, some people it's just making music within itself. So I think things like that, those are two things that like I really like to know about the people that I'm you know,
well, the first one for sure. I'm actually going to take note of that because I wouldn't have thought about that. But your second one actually transitions into my next question loosely is, why do you keep doing music, and like what motivates you to keep doing this stuff?
And you know what's funny is I had a thought about that yesterday because I was at the studio and it was like late. It was like 2 in the morning or some shit. And I thought to myself, I was like, bro, like if I wasn't doing music, it's almost like it's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Not in
Mm-hmm.
the sense that I don't have like, thankfully I have a loving family. I have a real good circle around me. I'm blessed right now. I'm in a comfortable position to be working on music full time and stuff. So I'm very blessed in that aspect. But I was thinking, like, man, like if I didn't have music, like I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing. So much of my life revolves around that. Like, and so much of what I've grown to as a person has been in the result of me chasing, bettering myself for music. Like I made so many different like changes in my confidence, to my appearance, you know what I'm saying, to my health, to like what I eat, to like how I schedule my days out, all to just like make sure that I could be a better artist and to chase this dream. So from on the selfish reason, that would be it. It's like, man, I don't know what else the fuck I could do for this long. And in a country like America where you got to work for a living, pretty much like you're working most of your life, I might as well be doing some shit that I love or some shit that I can at least be very present and not have to like be like counting the hours and shit. So yeah, that's on one side, and then the other side, man, that's recently been tapping into me and tapping more to me as I grow older and as I like communicate with my fans is that, or not my fans, I don't like that word. I feel like I heard one of my boys, I think it was Rockwell, Cool Kid, he said it's a community, not fans. So I fuck with that. Like my family or my community or whatever you want to call it, or whoever the fuck needs to see it. Like there was a time in my life where I was really depressed and really anxious and super insecure. So it really held me back from a lot of great things that I could have experienced growing up. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest goal is to reach whoever the fuck it is who's going through a light version of that or a heavy version of that. It's just be like, bro, there is something inside of you that nobody else has that you will flex on. Like there's not a doubt. You just gotta find it. You just gotta like flip the narrative in your head, you know? And that's like my main mission and my main goal is to just like, whoever the fuck doesn't really believe in themselves, I want them to believe in themselves, you know?
For sure. And those are definitely, it's a good way to think about it for sure.
Yeah.
Is there a piece of advice that you would give to up and coming artists? Maybe something that someone gave to you back in the day that you held on to?
Absolutely. I think my biggest piece of advice would be like to put your health first, man. Like, don't get it twisted, man. Like, you will burn out. I've seen so many people burn out, and so many people do it off the strength. And when I look at people who did it to the longevity that I think we all do this for, you gotta put your health and your mental first. And it's not only just for you, like make it more than just about yourself. Like think about the people that you got around you in your circle that you're gonna be taking care of and that you're gonna be facilitating opportunities for. You won't be able to do that at your greatest extent if you're not at least trying every day to get better. And I understand that there's going to be setbacks. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'll go for a fucking month setback, 2 month setback, maybe even a year sometimes, but just having a conscious effort and trying to get yourself to the point where you're making your body feel better, your mind feels better because you're putting in the right type of shit into your body. Like it's cool to party, but also, you know what I'm saying? Like balance it out with other shit that's going to make you think clearer, be less anxious, be less depressed, like, and just really be able to take life by the steering wheel and do what the fuck it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And impact it in the best way possible. So I would say put your health, your mind and your body and your spirit first, and everything else will follow. That's when you'll be able to do shit longer and more efficient than anybody else. That's my personal belief.
Hey man, I feel that personally because that actually happened to me just before COVID. I worked myself stupid and then got sick I was like 2 months. I was out of commission, couldn't do anything. I went to so far as like I had no voice. I lost hearing in my ears almost completely because I got that sick. It was nuts, man.
Bro, I'm so sorry to hear that. You fully recovered?
Oh yeah, I'm good. It just I needed to take that time and actually think about what I was doing and not going too crazy anymore.
I feel you, bro. Well, that's blessed, man. I'm happy to hear that. You know, you're
Yeah.
full recovery.
And it wasn't even partying or anything. It was literally just working hard. Like I was running back-to-back festivals and doing all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah, bro. You'll be surprised at like I feel like the lifestyle we live as musicians, just off of, or sorry, people just in the entertainment industry and sphere, like on a just like a base level, you're working on an uphill battle. It's
Yeah.
just what it is. So it's like, okay, if I'm already going uphill, like if I'm already gonna be doing late night sessions from time to time, I'm gonna have to be traveling on low hours of sleep. Like, nigga, I'm gonna take every little fucking ginger shot I can, every fucking chlorophyll, wheatgrass, whatever the fuck it is that y'all are into, put me the fuck on, because I'm gonna need every last ounce of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
that's just the way I see it. Because then otherwise, like you said, you're gonna hit that point where your body's just like physically can't take it, and it's gonna be like the setback always is so much harder to come back from than if you just like cut off early, let's say one night, to just get your shit together and then wake up the next day. If you push yourself sometimes past the point of, you know what I'm saying, what you can physically or whatever mentally handle, then you might be out for longer than you would have been out if you would have just been like, oh, okay, you know, today was enough. Let me do some shit that's gonna help me recover. Kind of like working out.
That I mean, workout. That's my next step. Is I got to start working out. I'm a big boy, so I got to push all this weight around and make sure I get places and
Hell yeah.
yeah. But listen,
Hell
man,
yeah.
that
Get that
was
shit, my bro.
yeah, yeah. That's all I got for you. I'm glad we got to connect finally and knock this out and have a good chat for sure.
Absolutely, my bro. And hopefully it's the first of many. Uh, got a lot of singles and a lot of music coming through, so I'll keep you tapped in on that. But much love to you, man. Much love to your platform. And much love to the audience, bro.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna connect with you soon on IG and send you some shots from Rolling Loud. We're going through all the nonsense and crazy amounts of them now. So
I can only imagine, bro.
yeah. But yeah, we'll connect for sure. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I look forward to next time we get to have a chat.
Absolutely, man. You stay up, bro. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
You too, man.